Hey YouTube, Go Battle Weekend. I actually did all 100 battles yesterday. So I got like 7 teams coming your way, and this is one. And I started with Charm Ninetales because the meta, there's a lot in the meta, but for what I saw today, there is a lot of flyers, like fighters in Annihilate and Poliwrath, a decent amount of like ice, like Dugong and stuff like that. But the fourth one is steels. I saw a lot of Empoleons. I saw a lot of Magnazones. So I'm like, well, you can handle 3 of those with Ninetales. That's fine. When you're using a Charm and then I'm like, okay, I need steel coverage. And I mean, if you're using Charm, you need like poison coverage. So Gligar for the poison coverage. And then I'm like, Wobbuffet's an interesting one. Because Gligar Shadow and Ninetales Shadow are going to be somewhat glassy. So you need a little bit of bulk. So I'm like, a counter user with a lot of bulk should be interesting to play with. So that's why I used Wobbuffet. Team did okay. Honestly, well, out of the 7 teams that I completed, this was one that I think was probably the worst one. Please don't leave. Please hit that subscribe button. But no, in all honesty, I think out of the entire team, Ninetales was the best. And I do think Ninetales has a lot of play in this meta. And I probably will try it again. I think that, like I said, between the fighters and the flyers and Quagsire and the ice, I think Charm Ninetales has a lot of play. So if I was going to use like Charm Ninetales in the open Great League, how I would use it is I would use it Charm Ninetales with something like Lickitung and like a bulky second Pokemon as well. You really just need 2 bulky Pokemon. So this has 1 bulky Pokemon with Wobbuffet. Against a steel here where you can get the counters, which are super effective, but everything else is resisted. But I do manage to keep switch, so that's nice. Because now, I mean, I don't need to keep switch, but it's nice just to have it here. And then they come in with their Dugong, and this is what I'm talking about. I saw lots of Dugongs today. It was in my video this morning, because I think Dugong is very strong in this meta. But as a Charm user, I'm very easily going to take this in the 2 shield if I want. And then I'm going to have Gligar to deal with the Annihilate. So they shield 1 here. I will probably shield back, even though it's probably another Icy Wind bait. Worth the shield, because I don't want, in case it isn't, that I don't want my Gligar to have to hit that. At this point, I can probably let this go and come Gligar, because I'm going to get like 2 wing attacks. I'm just going to outpace, right? I know that I can get to the air releases before they get to potentially an Ice Punch, and it's just a Night Slash. So very easily take this switch. They let it go knowing that I'm just going to outpace anyway. So they just like, when we got 100 battles to do, let's just lose the ones we're going to lose quickly. For Alligator, another one where it's just like, they will get multiple Hydros off, but I will get 1 Weather Ball off to force that shield if they want to get the second Hydro off. So they get the 1 Hydro off. I'm going to throw out the Weather Ball right away because this will take out, or I'm going to grab that shield, and I think both are good scenarios. So grab that shield. Okay, I will take switch here. I'll shield, take switch. If they have a steel in the back, I'll probably get into like something like Wobbuffet right away. If not, we'll see what they have, and then I might just stand. And there's your Mantine, right? Again, we've seen a lot of this. Unfortunately, they get to the move here, and now it's tricky because now I have a fighter and Gligar, and this is why I would switch up the team a little bit. Because if I had something like a Lickitung, you can very easily come in here with Lickitung and just do like Lick and Body Slams. And so I was looking for Pokemon that I had, and I didn't have anything that fit that sort of fit that build, right? Because you need something bulky and generally safe in neutral matchups, where if you get hit with like a Feraligatr, like not a Feraligatr, but because a Feraligatr was on the lead, but if you get hit with a flyer, or you get hit with a ground type, or you get hit with whatever, you can just come in safely with this Pokemon. And so Wobbuffet isn't that safety. Gligar's, again, behind on shields against Mantine. They would just hit the Ice Beam a lot. I make a nice catcher on Dig, which is nice. So I'm on PV Poke right now. Steelix? Is Steelix in this one? No, Steelix is in the one that I also shot. That's going to be tomorrow morning. I really like Steelix. It feels safe in this meta. It really does. So check that out for tomorrow. So Steelix is an option for safe swaps. So if you go to safe swaps, they give you Feraligatr, Pelipper, Gligar, Steelix, Drapion. I used Cresselia. Cresselia is an option. I can maybe use Cresselia. So I maybe replace Wobbuffet with Cresselia. That's one option. But they don't have just those like, because the rest of them are like Walrein, vulnerable, Golbat, Pidgeot, Gallade. Like these are all as switches, not very good switches. These are very, very, very vulnerable Pokemon. Only Cresselia out of those. Steelix has decent bulk. But like Golbat and Pidgeot and the Great League do not have the bulk to get you there. Feraligatr is great because it's spammy enough, but there is no, whereas you go to like the Great League, you can see they say have Annihilate at 4s, but then they have like Lickitung at 5. Sableye at 9. I mean, Sableye is in this meta, so you could use Sableye. Greedent's in this meta, so you can use Greedent. So I guess there are some other bulky Pokemon. Where are the... yeah, you can't really organize by defensive because then you get some like crazy Pokemon in there. I ran up against... So for the most part, the teams were all over the place today. I saw a bunch of Pokemon. The most toxic team I saw a couple Grasshole teams. I saw a Chansey and Wobbuffet team, which is why I actually like thought about Wobbuffet myself. I don't know. For the most part, it's pretty, like I said, for the most part, I found it that is very, very, there's a lot of options, but it's very structured between those Pokemon, right? I saw a lot of Steels, Magnezone, Steelix, Empoleons, Ferrothorns. Lots of those as the Steels. Lots of Flyers. Mantine, Gligar, Mandibuzz, Pelipper as the Flyers. Lots of Quagsires. No Swamperts, but tons of Quagsires. A good amount of Annihilapes. What else did I see? Yeah, lots of Dugongs. So that, and for alligators and stuff like that. So that was most of the meta that I saw today. And like I said, this is a nice matchup just to be able to know you're going to take switch. I do shield up a drill run, which is nice. And again, this is just comfortable, right? This leg, sorry, this is very, I mean, I kind of went over the strengths of Ninetales and how I'd change it and everything. But these frame drops today were brutal. And the amount of videos you are going to see over the next 5 days or so that have like me doing a charge move and me getting like barely great because they don't even give me the option to get to excellent because it just like drops 6 bubbles worth is an insane amount. Like a ton of drops here. So that was very, very, very annoying. And I put it in the comments of my last... excuse me. I put it in the comments of my video. I talked about it in my video Saturday morning, and a lot of people agreed, and I'm going to hit with a Sableye, so I'm screwed here. And I blind switch, which is even stupider. Yeah, so unfortunately this game is really messed up. Some people say they've seen it since they've made the avatar updates. So maybe them pushing all these new features have cost us a bit here. I don't know. But it is very, very, very annoying. I get farmed down just as I'm getting to their turn and they come to a move here. Yeah, I should have blind swapped. That's dumb. They'll be taken out here. So good lead. And again, right into a Dugong. So I will most likely just stay here. Catch on a Wobbuffet and so I can counter down. Yeah, that's fine too. Tons of damage, and then Wobbuffet with counter can take the rest of this, and I'll come out with a couple mirror coats for the Annihilate that's going to come back in. Yeah, I might need to throw a move here. I may just commit. We'll see what happens. Because I can live. I got to throw a move. Yeah, 2 times lowered. I'm not going to be able to get out of it if I don't throw here. So throw their turn. They give up switch again, which is interesting. When you know I have a Charmer, that's definitely a decision to make here. And now I'm at a move. So now this is going to grab a shield or probably take them out. And I grab a shield. And these charms are still chunking. And bad timing, so I get a full charm through. So I have a shield and this will take them out. And now comes the Mantine, so now I can just Charm and Weather Ball this a bunch. Yeah, I really like Charming Ninetales in this meta. I did see like a decent amount of Carbinks as well. So between the Carbinks and the Magnazones and Empoleons were everywhere. There's definitely a lot of answers to Charm Ninetales, but again, there's a lot of scenarios where you could do pretty well. So maybe I'll do Cresselia, Ninetales, and then you need some sort of like ground or something or fighter to deal with Steels, because Steels will still be a problem with Cress and Ninetales. So take them out and counter down here. Dugong again. Dugong's everywhere. Not surprising Dugong was everywhere, right? Steels are banned. Not Steels are banned, but a lot of the top Steel Pokemon are not in here. Lantern's not in here. And a couple fighters are banned too. So it makes sense that Dugong is pretty free in this meta. There is Annihilate. There are, like I said, Magnazones and stuff that, but Dugong, it seems pretty safe. Ninetales seems safe. Steelix was really good. You'll see that in tomorrow morning's video. Steelix seemed really good. So now it's just trying to figure out a team with all those. No, you can't just put all of them together. But I'm just saying, like, trying to find a team that works with some of those and potentially other pairings. I let this first one go, thinking I'd live. Shadow on Shadow, and this is a neutral move. This thing chunks, so now it's going to get multiple frenzies off, and I'm going to lose here. And then maybe have one more battle after this. Yeah, I've got one more battle after this. So let me drop in the comments below what team you used this weekend. Like I said, I'm probably going to do all 100. I think you get 100 battles today. So I'm probably going to do all 100 battles today too. Gallade. So this is a good lead. Look how much that chunks. And they come in their own Ninetales. And again, look at that freaking like 3 charm frame drop there. Like, that is brutal. Anyways, I'm going to eat the rest on Wobbuffet and just try and counter down and come out with some energy here. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you used. Again, this is on next week with Master League, so I'm going to need a bunch of teams. So hit me up with those teams that you got, and I will definitely test them out. I tried to make Galvantula work. I think, am I currently on the Galvantula team? I think I'm trying to work Galvantula. But I haven't got it to super work yet. You know what? I think there's going to be one more battle after I charm the crap out of this and hit this Electrode with a Gligar. Because there's still 2 minutes left. Unless we have 2 minutes of just me taking this out. But I'm pretty sure I hit this with the dig and it lets it go when I take it. And then, why am I so like, I'm sitting on my hands with my like shoulders up to my ears. Like, what am I doing? Like, relaxed. I have the worst posture. Now we're getting into some random stuff. Yes, I have the worst posture in the world. That's why my back is always sore. One more battle. Goodra, amazing lead. They're going to get out. Maybe that's why this battle's super short, because they're not getting out with a Gudra. My champ. Okay. Maybe that's why. Holy smokes. Just coming with Gligar and wing attack the rest and not taking neutral counters. Out comes the Swampert in the back. And now with a little bit of energy, man, like this, this matchup's over. Poorly constructed team by my opponent there. Yeah, so I ended the day. Oh, I was so pissed off. I got up to 26, like 90. And then I tried, like, my last couple teams just did not work. And I'm down to like 25 something again. So back down again. But again, now after playing 100 battles today on Saturday when I'm filming this, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with the meta. I'm pretty comfortable with the Pokemon that I think are going to really be strong. And now it's just trying to find those Pokemon on a good team and trying to run a bit. So that is the plan for today when you're watching this. So that is it. I'm exhausted. Doing 100 battles. Making 3 videos today because I shot 2 for today and 1 for tomorrow already. And my parents are here, but my wife is actually gone for 2 weeks. So I'm solo parent. Not solo parenting. My mom's gonna help me out here a bit. Yeah, but no wife for 2 weeks. So, and work is gonna pick up even more because they're shuffling my manager around and they're making me acting manager for the next 4 months. So work is just going to be even busier now. So yeah, I'm going to be worn down. I'm going to still pump out videos because, money and want to make the channel continue to grow. But yeah, it's going to be a really tough next few months. And then summer should slow down a bit. It always does with government. I think that's with most places. I think a lot of people always take summer vacation, especially if you have kids. Like that's when people take summer vacation. There's always like okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope we had a good Go Battle day. Yada yada yada. Random talk time. Yeah, I found that I've been working in the government now for 11 years. Yeah. 11 years since I got right out of grad school. There's really like 2 stark differences between like when people take trips. There's always in Canada, when Canada is cold from like November through like April. Obviously there's people who go away to warm places in the winter. But a lot of people in the government, and probably just most like working adults, not most because not everyone has kids, but a lot of working adults, when they have kids, you're very limited when you can go away, right? Because they're in school from September till June here. I know it's different in the States, but here, kids are in school from September till June. So you either go away during their March break, which is a week in March when all schools are closed, or you go away in July and August in the summer. So a lot of people in government will like not take any vacation from like September through June. Like me, I've taken like no breaks in September through June so far. I think I took like a few days around Christmas, but otherwise nothing off. And then everyone goes away in July and August because that's when their kids are home. A lot of people go have like either just like take the time off because they have to be at home with the kids. So they don't want to put the kids in like they don't want to put the kids in either daycares, or they don't want to put them in like camps or stuff like that if they don't want to save money. So they just take time off to hang out with the kids. And a lot of people have, not a lot of people, but like people have cottages and stuff like that. So people go to their cottages for months on end. Like one of my old managers, he actually took every summer 5 to 6 weeks off. And he was off from like mid-July through till the end of August. And because he has 2 kids and he has a cottage. So that's what he did. He just like worked nonstop and saved all his vacation for the summer and went off on the vacation. So all that to say is the summers are generally slower. The other side of the coin is if there is work to be done, there's not a lot of people there. But the summer is when I usually try to take some time off too. So like I've already got 1 week in August that I know I'm going to like get together with some of my wife's friends for a week and their kids. And I'm 98% going to New York Go Fest at this point because the donations have been huge. Plus I got to confirm my booking, my sleep arrangements, someone who reached out on GoFundMe. So I'll likely be in New York and then a time in August and then maybe like a week just a staycation for myself. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate you watching. That's a lot of random talk. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.